greatest.
Hey, what's up team? Coach Shea, Pierre here, and today I'm gonna break down the science behind day one of the upper body explosive gains for my brand new SP Greatness program, giving you guys the theory, the why and the how, so you guys can understand exactly how this program is gonna take your performance to the next level. Now, before we even start, we're going to utilize the contrast training method to start each training session to maximize your explosive ability, increasing fast twitch muscle fibers, enhancing speed, agility, reaction, power, and strength for overall athletic performance and aesthetics, shredding fat, all while developing lean muscle mass. So, what is contrast training? I'm glad you guys asked that question. It's the method of training that combines high load strength movements, so heavy weight, and you're looking around about 80% of your 1 rep max or an exertion rate of 8 out of 10. That is paired with biomechanically similar plyometric or explosive movements that are either completely unloaded, so body weight, or just lightly loaded, which can be about 10% of the weight used during the heavy set, as this creates what we call post-activation potentiation, PAP, which refers to the enhancement of muscle function following high force activity. So heavy loading prior to an explosive movement induces a high degree of central nervous system activation and stimulation, resulting in greater motor unit recruitment and force. So your ability to be more explosive during the lighter lift is amplified due in large to lifting the heavier weight. We have been using this method of training for years with amazing results, as I have found it has great development for next level explosive strength, speed, and power, which is key for reaching your full athletic potential. Now, let's get down to the training. The whole workout from start to finish should only take about 90 minutes to complete. We will start with a dynamic warm-up to prep, prime, and activate the body for success to fully maximize your ability to move with great integrity throughout the training session. Once the warm-up is complete, we will jump right into the training program, where the focus is on building explosive, functional upper body strength and power, while also increasing and enhancing core development and body weight strength at the highest level. Now, there are 3 main workout blocks that will consist of 2 to 3 movements in each block, which will be completed one after the other with a specific rest period between the movements. Each block will also be completed for 3 sets, and once finished, you can then move on to the next training block. The first block, which starts off with the contrast training, consists of a 3-part series, starting with A1, heavy pull-ups for 3 repetitions. Now, heavy pull-ups are an amazing movement for increasing muscle mass in the upper body, developing strength in the lats, the biceps, and the core, along with helping increase grip strength and overall body control. Now, pull-ups are also incredible and beneficial for increasing speed and jumping power, due in large to postural benefits, as the back is heavily recruited, developing the fundamentals for powerful and explosive arm swings in sprinting and the pull through in jumping to get full triple extension. The goal is to go as heavy as you can while maintaining proper form and technique, so you can benefit from the post-activation potentiation. The heavy loaded pull-ups increase the recruitment of high threshold motor units, improving intramuscular and intramuscular coordination while decreasing presynaptic inhibition. The combination of these 3 actions allows for greater force production and power output of the subsequent exercise. In layman terms, the nervous system goes into overdrive, thinking that it's going to lift a very heavy load, resulting in an explosive lift of the lighter load. So if you're having trouble with weighted pull-ups, then you could also just go to body weight, or you can do slow eccentrics for 5 seconds to build up the work capacity and strength due to those heavy pull-ups. Now, once completed A1, rest for about 60 to 90 seconds, and then complete A2. Overhead med ball slams for 5 repetitions. Now, med ball slams are very explosive, and they're a dynamic movement that works just about every muscle, but most importantly, the shoulders and back, specifically the lats, which is why I have paired them with the pull-ups. It's not only great for developing strength and explosive power, but enhancing acceleration and deceleration properties in the upper and lower body, which is critical for body control and stabilization at the highest level. If you don't have a med ball, that's okay. You can still do this movement without anything at all. Just perform the same movement pattern and explode the arms downwards as fast and as powerful as you can, pretending you have the ball in your hand, which can still elicit the same response and increase your performance gains. After A2 is complete, take another 60 to 90 seconds rest and finish the contrast set with A3. Elevated horizontal rows with an alternating knee drive for 10 total repetitions, 5 per side. This final movement in the contrast not only builds upper body strength, but also combines lower body strength, stability, and stabilization, which is key for maximizing sprinting speed and explosiveness. Maintain great form and control during the movement. Do not rush. Please do not rush this movement, as it involves a lot of body control and stabilization in the pelvis and hips, utilizing your glutes, thus increasing posterior chain strength, which is key for next level combination of strength and speed development. If you need to regress this movement, just take a step back, get rid of the elevation, find an angle that allows you to maintain great form and technique standing up, and you can just go from there. Once completed 3 full sets of the first training block, take a full recovery and rest for 2 to 3 minutes. Then start training block number 2, completing 3 sets of 3 movements with a 30-second rest between the movements. Starting with B1, dumbbell alternating T bench press with different variations each round for 10 total repetitions, 5 per side. Now, the goal of this movement is to develop upper body starting strength, as the press will be done from a dead stop, meaning no momentum, which recruits more muscles to drive the dumbbell to the top position. Strengthening the shoulder complex and the upper back muscles, while also at the same time coordinating and stabilizing through the core and hips, strengthening posterior chain. The first set will be completed and performed contralaterally. Now, a contralateral movement pertains to exercising the muscles on the opposite sides of the body from one another. So, for example, to complete this movement, you will press your right side arm up while at the same time lifting and driving your left leg up. Contralateral movements can also act as a proprioceptive exercise, which strengthens the core and stabilizer muscles. Studies indicate that the best results of contralateral training occur with high intensity, high cognitive activity. Thus, you need to go as heavy as you can, only doing 5 reps per side. When the body is physically challenged and the nervous system is overloaded with challenging tasks, such as to control the movement of the body during difficult activities or maneuvers, there seems to be a result of a crossover that is not present with less intense exercise. So you need to go heavy. Now, the second set will be completed and performed ipsilateral, which means the same side. Thus, you will press your right arm and right leg up at the same time. making one side of the body work intensely to negate rotation and other forces to minimize compensatory movements and maintain great form and technique. Now, ipsilateral exercises greatly increase central stability recruitments and help develop neuromuscular recruitment specifically, as well as the ability to deal with offsetting forces during sport and other dynamic activities. Now, for the third and final set, you will complete a mix of both the contralateral and ipsilateral with an alternating press combined with the alternating knee drive, which places more time and attention on the upper body, while also increasing strength and stability throughout the hip complex for overall athletic development at the highest level. Once finished one of the variations of the T bench press, take a 30-second rest and then complete B2, the standing split stance dumbbell row for 6 repetitions per side. The goal is to go as heavy as you can with this movement, which works your back muscles, in particular the lats. And the reason why I absolutely love this movement is that the single arm movement helps even out any muscular imbalances, as your low back and core will work hard to stabilize your torso, due in large to being in that split stance position, which also works your glutes and quadriceps, developing single leg strength and balance, stability, just overall body control. Now, if you're finding it hard to balance, then you can hold on to a bench in front of you for some support to help you maintain great form and technique. Once complete, take a 30-second rest and finish the series off with B3, rotational speed rows for 8 to 10 repetitions per side. This movement involves a bungee cord, or you can use a cable machine to help load the back muscles. You don't need to go super heavy, as the goal is to move with speed and fluidity as you want to turn and rotate. Make sure to start with the palm of your hand facing down as your arm is extended out in front of you, and as you go to row towards your body, turn and rotate the palm inwards while squeezing the lats and upper back muscles. This is a great dynamic back and core movement that works on strength and body control. Now, to finish the workout, we will head to block 3, which will be completed for 3 sets with 2 movements with a 30-second rest between the movements. We're gonna start with C1, bench V-sit to press for 8 repetitions. This is a very dynamic movement that develops core strength and balance and stability, all combined with upper body strength through the biceps and shoulder complex. This movement involves a lot of focus, as it also works on coordination from the multi-layers of movements, so just go slow and do not rush. Once complete, we're gonna then take a 30-second rest and finish with C2, suspension side tucks to push-ups to pikes. This body weight movement involves a suspension trainer, as your feet will be suspended in the air, which will then place more load on your core. So to make sure you keep your hips up nice and high and do not let them sag, this drill builds and develops next level core strength from all angles, while also emphasizing upper body strength through full range of motion, as the goal during the push-up is to go as deep as you can, which builds strength through length, keeping your chest and shoulders strong and mobile. Once finished all 3 sets, take a few minutes to rest and then get ready for some bonus work. D1, dead hangs, which will be completed for 2 sets at 1 minute in duration for each round. You will hang from a pull-up bar, which builds grip strength along with providing decompression in your shoulders, backs, and hips. If you find it pretty easy, you can add in some core work to amplify the drill and challenge yourself just a little bit more. Now, you will find over the next few weeks, this will become so much easier, and your grip strength in other movements will increase. So if you can't make the full minute, then don't worry about it today. You can break up the minute into chunks like 30 seconds each, until you get to that full minute. Once the main training block is complete, we will finish the session with some VO2 max hill sprints. And the reason why I call them the VO2 max sprints is because that is one of the main areas we will want to improve. This is crucial for our athletic performance, as we're going to be going all out with max effort with these sprints. You will complete 5 sprints total for 10 seconds in duration with a 1 minute rest between the sets. I sprint on a treadmill with an incline gradient of anywhere from 15 to 25% at a speed of 10.5 to 11 miles an hour, which challenges me specifically, which I can complete 10 seconds where when I get off, I am huffing and puffing. But the goal is to control my breathing, relax, recover as quickly as possible for the next sprint. So don't panic, take deep inhales through your nose into the belly to help maximize oxygen intake. Hill sprints are incredible for increasing athletic performance, due in large to improving stride length, power, acceleration, stride technique, running economy, which will help your endurance overall, thus boosting your VO2 max and just overall athletic performance. All right, guys, there you have it. That's day number 1. And we are gonna take our game to that absolute next level. If you're an athlete, if you're a weekend warrior, I promise you, results are coming. Focus, lock in, dedicate yourself to greatness, because I'm gonna take you there. We're gonna take each other there. Let's hold each other accountable to be the greatest versions of ourselves. Let's go.